All right, what's up, everybody? So welcome to the first war of Season 18 for us. I'm going to be trying to make war videos for every war this season and keeping track of a lot of the stats. And the stats and everything I'll show you at the end of the video. But before I do the fights, I wanted to kind of talk about why I enjoy Alliance War so much. So the main part of this game that I love is being in Warlock and playing with the people that I get to play with. And Alliance War is the only really competitive part of the game. It's the only part of the game where it actually matters if you die. In solo content, which solo content can be really fun, the Grandmaster was really fun. It doesn't actually matter if you died to the Grandmaster twice or 20 times. You might feel a little more pride if you only died twice, but it doesn't actually matter. In Alliance War, there's a lot of the stress of, I don't want to let myself down, I don't want to let my alliance down. But for me, without the kind of stress and the negative downside, there is no upside. The upside just is not nearly as sweet. Also, the rewards. A lot of people say that war is not worth doing because the rewards suck. And that's fair. The rewards for Alliance War are probably not even close to worth the effort, the units, and everything that goes into doing it. However, even if they buffed the rewards, even if they doubled it, tripled it, I don't think that would really change because they would also double and triple the rewards for every tier. And so if you're thinking, well, Masters isn't worth it because Plat 2 rewards are good enough, if they doubled it, you would still think that because the Plat 2 rewards would still be good enough. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to address that because I know most people don't like Alliance War, and for me, it is by far my favorite part of the game. It's where all of my pretty much great memories in the game come from. I still remember the first time we beat NY, the first time we beat MMX, that was like 2 years ago, and how crazy everyone was going. The first time we beat ASR was a huge deal for us, and that our top 3 season in Alliance War was super special. For me, it was always my biggest goal, was to finish top 3 and to do it in Warlock. All right, so enough ranting. So let me get on to the actual war. So you can see my team. I brought Medusa and Black Bolt. So Medusa is going to be used only for the boss. So the boss that NY placed is a rank 3 Warlock. I ranked Medusa before I joined Alliance War, so this will be the first time I will have ever used her outside of Arena. So we'll kind of see how that goes. And then Corvus is going to be used for every fight. So my path was path 2 and path 4. So I'll actually start the video. So the first fight is a rank 3 Namor. He's not running suicides, which helps. On this note, the inverted bleed is good for Corvus. It gives him some healing. The poison is not good. You're going to see that I boost more than is necessary for this fight. So I not only put on these 15% boosts, the 6-hour boosts, I'm also going to use a 20% champion boost. The main reason I did that is, number one, this was the first war of the season, and I really didn't want to die in the first war of the season. And also, my alliance mate Taters, he's also planning to do war videos for the whole season, and I do not want to die before he dies. So I'm going to be overboosting if necessary, mainly because I want him to die before me. The combat region boost I put on because I happen to have 9 of them because I never used them, and they were actually in the store during this war. So most of the damage I'm going to take is just from blocking some of his special ones, and of course from the poison. The reason why I block the special ones is blocking is a good way to build power without giving the enemy power. So for Corvus, it's pretty good. I actually should have done a combo before the SP2 there. That actually ended up costing me a lot of health because I had to block his special one and take more poison damage. So other than the very end, that fight is super simple. And it went pretty much okay. So here you can see that I'm using these level 4 Alliance War Potions. These are 80 units each, and I bought 25 to start the season. I am hoping this lasts me at least 6 or 7 wars, but we will see. The reason why I'm using these and spending units is I don't want to use these potions. You can't see it, but it's the 6,000 health potions that you get from glory, because I want to be spending my glory on rank up resources. So a lot of people have been asking, why do I hoard so many units and not open calves and stuff? And it's because of this. So this is 2,000 units worth of potions, and I expect to do that at least twice this season, probably 3 times. But again, it's so that I can spend glory on rank up resources. So this Spider-Man I've fought several times before. I'm actually going to put on a 30% champion boost because I'm going to take this fight and the rest of my path plus a shared fight. So I have 3 more fights after this Spider-Man. I also put on a cosmic power boost. Incredibly stupid of me. Complete waste. There's basically no scenario where Corvus is ever going to throw 2 special 2s in almost any fight. The only fight it's possible against is Nick Fury because he has a second life. But by the time I get to Nick Fury, I'll have 4 charges, so complete waste there. Just not really thinking. So my strategy here, get him to evade, get the 3rd charge by heavy countering his heavy. And you can see it took him until the 4th try to get him to evade, which was incredibly unlucky. But here the entire strategy, block, play super safe. At this point he can't evade. So just block and kill him as soon as you can. You don't want him to get too many Furies because then you end up just losing a ton of health. But yeah, that's Spidey. Pretty simple fight. Like I said, I've done it before. So the next fight is this Ghillie 2099. This is on path 4. I am going to throw a potion into Corvus just to heal him up a bit. Actually, Medusa probably wouldn't be terrible for this fight, but you'd have to use a power start one, and those are rare, so can't really waste them. So my strategy here, the redoubled determination is going to give her power faster, which sucks. She's also control, which means she's going to trigger flow. So the strategy here was parry, 1 hit, parry, 1 hit. Usually you want a heavy to shut off her cloak, but I couldn't really heavy her because that's 3 hits, and 3 hits power is really hard to control. If she kind of backs off, I could get destroyed basically with a special 3. But I'm again parry, 1 hit. There I did 2 hits just because I was gonna kill her. I'm not sure if she can go in her digicloak when she's stunned. I think she can, but I think I was actually just mostly fortunate in that fight more than anything else. So the next fight is another control fight, so super annoying. It's a Heimdall, same node, redoubled determination, and of course he's control, so he's going to trigger flow. Same strategy, parry, 1 hit, parry, 1 hit. Can't really bait his SP2 because if he has armors, it's unblockable. Although, of course, with Corvus, if you parry, you can get rid of his armor, so it might be a little safer than with other champs, but I still didn't want to. So the plan, parry, 1 hit, bait special 1s. I couldn't, again, heavy counter him, which is what you normally want to do to get rid of True Strike because he can auto block. So I was doing parry, 1 hit still for that. I actually got smacked. That was pretty sad. Lost a bunch of health and it backed me up. So I was actually a little worried that he was going to kill me, but once he got down to about half health, I figured I was good and could kill him. So this is actually a fight where it might be smarter to let him hit you a few times when the fight starts. He doesn't hit super hard, but just to make it a little less sketchy. So the next fight is, again, redoubled determination. This one has limited immunity, and this is the unblockable shared fight. So the reason why I was looking at over his abilities is I wasn't sure if his tactical charges are reduced only on an actual stun or on a well-timed block, but it's on a well-timed block. So even if he's immune to debuffs, which he is on this node for the first 25 seconds, when you parry, you'll still remove the charges. So the plan was just one-hit combos. I really want to keep his power down as much as possible. And when he's unblockable, I don't want him to have a special one because his special one, of course, is not evadable. So you're always just going to get smacked. You will see I do make a ton of mistakes in this fight. So there I wanted to push him to 2 bars of power. And he went unblockable through this special 2, so that was good. So here I should probably just have backed off, which I do a decent job of. But this is a 5-star, so of course he's going to be sick 200. So he's going to lose the health pretty slowly. Right there, if you look at my power, I actually have almost 2 bars. So I easily could have killed him, which was just really poor play by me. So I lost a bunch of health needlessly just because I didn't realize I had enough power to do a combo and to kill him. So these are the last 2 fights. I'm showing you my masteries because I changed my masteries. This is the full Medusa setup to fight the Warlock boss. I figured I was going to be okay fighting Arcus with Corvus, even with this really poor mastery build, because Corvus will be able to blast him fast enough. So most of what I'm doing with the boosts is for the next fight. My 6-hour boosts had expired, but I was going to use bigger boosts anyway for the Warlock, because that was a rank 3, and this was the first time I've ever actually tried using Medusa. So for this vision fight, he's actually pretty annoying himself. This cosmic boost, again, this is just for the boss. It's not going to apply to the vision fight. Same with this one. And my strategy with this fight is just get to an SP2 as fast as possible. I'm going to use a power start 1 boost, but the goal is how can I get to an SP2 the fastest? And the fastest way to gain power in this game is to get hit. So when the fight starts, I am going to let him hit me 5 times. That'll build as much power as I can get without essentially him killing me. So here he does, let's see, full 5-hit combo. If you're lucky, he'll throw a special. So right there, and I thought this was kind of interesting, so I'm going to back up and play it again. He throws a special even though I was turtled up right here. So I'm blocking as he's getting out of his getting hit animation, and he still throws a special. I'm guessing that's because it was unblockable. But you actually can fully evade his special. I personally can't, but it's doable. But on the unblockable node, if you evade the first part, you can block the rest. So that was actually fortunate. I didn't know that. So I got lucky there again. So here we go. So this is the rank 3 Warlock boss. I had watched a couple of videos that were sent over by an alliance mate. So I knew what to do. So the strategy is do 2 mediums, throw the special 1 to get armor shatter. When he's armor shattered, he can't do anything. I also don't have willpower, so I'm losing more health than I normally would. So that's the only special 1 I'm going to throw in this fight. The rest of the fight is just a race to try to get to my SP3 as fast as I can. The SP3, I've heard mixed reports on whether or not he can fail it while he is armor shattered, so I'm not sure if he actually can. But I'm going to try to avoid throwing it if I have more than 1 infection. So right there I had 1 infection. So I threw the SP3 to get the armor shatter back on him. But I am already at 55% health, so we're actually tied health-wise. His block hits are doing a lot. The mediums are like 1700, the lights are 1100, I believe. The Black Bolt synergy helps quite a bit because she's able to get up to 6 Furies instead of just 3. I kind of wanted to throw an SP2, but I wasn't sure if that would actually kill him. Probably wouldn't have, so kind of glad I didn't. But some of those mediums you can see 15, 16, 17k, so she's a really great option for this fight, probably easier than using Guillotine 2099, who's kind of the other traditional option for this fight. But that is all 7 of my fights. So overall for me, this war went well. We got off to a horrific start against them. We were down a ton, but ended up making a comeback and actually winning. So we are 1-0. So pretty cool. So right now I'm going to show you all of my stats from this war. If you're not interested in that, if you just wanted to see the fights are done. But I do want to show all of the stats. So let me pull that up. All right. So this is a chart I'm going to keep for Season 18. So this is our first war. This was against NY718. So I had 7 kills. That means 7 fights that I won. 0 deaths. So the solo rate is pretty self-explanatory. I had 7 fights, won 7 of them, so it's 100%. The kill rating is the bonus you get based on which nodes you fight. Because, for example, for a boss node, you get almost 2 points for a kill, but you only lose about 0.6 points if you die. The kill rating is based on the previous few seasons of our wars and which nodes people die to the most. So the harder the fight, the harder the node, the more points you get for soloing that fight. A fight on path 4 is going to be harder than a fight on path 1 because people are more likely to die on path 4. The solo rate bonus, this is comparing my solo rate to the Alliance solo rate. So if this is positive, it means your solo rate is above the Alliance average. If it's negative, your solo rate is below the Alliance average. The power rating is the main stat that we keep track of. The higher the power rating, of course, the better. You can see I'm currently 2nd in BG3 in power rating and 4th overall in the Alliance. So that's pretty good. This ADR is the average or the adjusted difficulty rating. So this is the essentially just kill rating divided by the number of fights you had, I believe, is how it's generated. But the higher this number is, the higher the average fight difficulty you have. So 1.1 means you're taking on average easy fights. 1.2 is what the average fight gives you. 1.3 and above means you're taking difficult fights. So this war, mainly because of the boss, I took what would be considered difficult fights. This war cost me 400 units. I used 6. I believe I used 6 revives or 6 of the health potions that are 80 units each. So that actually should say 480. Let me edit that real quick. So 480 units for this war, which is not great. Hopefully in the future I have cheaper wars, but I have a feeling there will be some wars that are even higher. So at the end of the season, we'll see how many units I spent. It'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,000 to 8,000. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll be back in a couple days with a video for our next Alliance war, which is actually going to be against Kenobi. So should have some interesting fights there. So thanks to everyone who watched. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.